Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Fashionably J. And first off, let me start by saying I know that it's been a really long time since I've uploaded a video, but we're just gonna skip past that part. So as you can see by the title, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my birth control journey and I think I'm gonna do it in 2 separate videos because I've tried to record this video 6 times like a couple days ago. I know it's so long, so I think what I want to do is do like the first part, which is the insertion / my experience, and then the removal and the effects. So let's get started. So my birth control story starts about excuse me, November 2016. So first I got on the patch, and I think it started with like an X or something, and I know that you like change patches like once a week. So I did that from like November 2016 to January 2017, or maybe into March. I know I wasn't on it long, probably like 3 or 4 months at the max. I did keep a journal of how it made me feel. I can't find it now. And I was noticing some different effects. But yeah, I just did not like it, I don't think. And I think I wanted something more permanent. And I was also noticing some negative effects that it was having just like on my mind and things like that. So I got engaged January 2017. And then I got married August 2017. So very short time period. No, I was not pregnant. But me and my husband, we just knew, and we have been planning for such a long time, and we did not want to wait. So back to January 2017, fast forward to June 2017, I go to see my gynecologist, and I told her I want to be put on birth control, but I wanted a more permanent form. And I think I told her I wanted the IUD, or either she told me that I should get the IUD. She told me that the Kyleena would be my best IUD to choose from because had the lowest form of birth control. Had the lowest forms or amount of hormone, and also I never had kids before. So she felt like that would be the best, and it was like a 3-year one. And so I was going into grad school, so I was like, okay, I'm like 3 years, surely I'll be out of grad school by then. Definitely was not. So I was like, okay, that'd be perfect, because I really wanted to focus on just me and my husband getting into the husband and wife role, and then not throw a baby into all that. So I wanted to just kind of wait. And plus I didn't even know if I wanted to have, well, I knew I didn't want to have kids at that point. So June, go in. You know how they have you sitting on the bed. First off, if you don't like talking about periods or birth control, things like that, just go watch another video because I'm going to get personal. So I'm sitting on the bed, and they're telling you to scoot down. And it's always so awkward because you feel like you're always scooting down, but of course it's never good enough for them. Your legs are in the stirrups. And then she puts the metal clamp in there to open it up to see where she needs to put it. I hate that feeling. I don't know what it is. I just cannot stand it. So she put it in and I felt it immediately. Like my uterus started going off, started just going crazy. It felt like fireworks down there. You know that song by Katy Perry, Fireworks, where she's literally just standing and fireworks are just going off? That's what it felt like, at least for me. And I have a very sensitive body. I don't have a high pain tolerance or anything. So that's what it felt like for me. And I'm so glad that I took off work. That's one thing I would recommend, is to take off work and to take a pain med before. I did not do that, but from the videos that I've watched, other women have taken a pain med, and I wish I would have done that. So she puts it in, and my body starts going off, starts going crazy, which, I mean, I guess it's a good sign that my body's just like in tune with itself or whatever, because like if there was a real invader, it'd be like, get out of here, like really fighting for me. So I guess that's a good thing, but it caused me to have terrible pain. And then she put it in, so I was just waiting there for a while. And then after she left, probably like A minute or two after she left the room, I had my mom with me when I went to the appointment. And then after she left, I started feeling sick. I couldn't stand on my legs. Like my legs were still shaking. I think it's because I had worked myself up so much, or I just had so much adrenaline going. I literally threw up in the trash can that was sitting next to the bed where you prop yourself up at. So I'm throwing up in the trash can. And then the doctor comes back in. She was like, oh, it's just because your body's sensitive and it's trying to fight it. You know, it's a foreign object, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking back now, like that should have been a sign for me that like, this may not be the best fit. And I should have probably watched it a little bit more closely, because if I'm putting it in, the IUD and it's causing me to throw up, like that could be a sign. I know a lot of people say you need to give your body time to adjust, but yeah, I just feel like I should have, I guess I did pay attention, but I should have just paid more attention after that. So anyway, so we leave the gynecologist and then we go to the Fifth Third, which is directly across the street from the doctor's office. So I'm still feeling sick. So I throw up in the parking lot at Fifth Third again. And my mom, she's still there. She followed me. And then we went back to her apartment. So I'm just laying there. I think I took some pain meds. I can't really remember. But I'm just feeling like super weak. And like, of course, there's just fireworks just still going off down there. Like my ears is like, no, get this thing out. So that's the insertion process that I went through. Then I would say a month later, I went back. So July 2017, I went back for my 1 month checkup. She checked it. Everything was good. I was on my cycle that day. So she said, which I was a little bit nervous / kind of embarrassed about. It was a different time period then, but okay, let me not say it like that, but it was just a different time period. And I was like, you know, I'm on my cycle, you know. Oh, she's like, oh, that's fine. She was like, that actually makes it easier, you know, blah, 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 blah. So she checked it. Everything was good. She did ask me about my periods. And so I did tell her that after I got it inserted, so before I got the IUD inserted, I did have my period. So backtrack to June 2017. I did have my period and then I was off. But then once I got the IUD inserted, what I thought at the time was me restarting it over, but now after doing my research 2 years later, I realized it was just insertion bleeding. And so like I bled for another week and a half after I got it inserted. So then, okay, now we're going back to July 2017 and everything is good. I think I had just like mild pain, if any. I know she did tell me that eventually my periods might go away, that they're supposed to get lighter and shorter, which I will say this is a pro of the IUD, at least in my experience, is that it did make my periods lighter and shorter. Like I did not have to buy pads as much as I was buying. Also, like I could start wearing a panty liner like the second day of my period as well. And I think I just got like a box of like the 200 count panty liners, and like I was good like for a while I was on there, but that did not start happening. So I didn't have lighter and shorter periods probably to about 9 months to a year after I got the IUD inserted. Like my first couple of periods on there were still pretty heavy, still pretty normal. So 9 months to a year after, starting to lighten up, starting to shorten up, I went back for my 1 year checkup. She said everything was good. That's another thing. You want to be responsible and make sure that you check your strings. No. So let me rephrase that. Some people like to check their own strings. I was not doing that. No. Make sure you go for your yearly checkup, your month checkup, or if you feel like there's something weird going on down there, definitely check it. So yeah, got my 1 year checkup. Everything was good. So I would say around the 1 year mark is when I started to notice that I was experiencing depression. Now, I don't know if it's because I just had a lot of things going on. Like I was a newlywed, new grad student. We just moved to a new city, just got a new job. And did I already mention I started grad school and I was in my 20s? So it's just like, I mean, I'm still in my 20s, but it's like just a whole bunch of combination of things going on, which I feel like maybe could have onset that. But yeah, I would say I was like experiencing severe depression, ruminating thoughts. Like if I had something in my mind, I either had to do it, I had to look it up, I had to know, or like if I made a mistake, I would sit there and just ruminate and just keep it going. And then I think it also messed with my mind. And I would also say just like the mood swings is just like, it's just crazy. And you know, you think, okay, well, is this just me? You know, because I know for a while I was just like, okay, this is just adulthood, like this is what it is. And I would tell myself, like, I want to go back to being happy Detroit. I want to go back to being the 7-year-old Detroit. I was so happy, so blah 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 blah. But then the other part of my mind would be like, well, you can't, because you're an adult now, and it doesn't work that way. So yeah. Then once I was starting to experience those symptoms, I went to my doctor, and she had me, she actually diagnosed me with depression. And so she, what do they call it? Prescribed me like some I don't want to say mood stabilizer, mood enhancers, whatever, antidepressants. So she prescribed me those. And then I was also telling her that I was having trouble losing weight, which is so annoying because it's like you already are experiencing depression. And then it's like I was working out, tracking my calories, because I was going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. I would say March 2018, I was going, and I just kept working out. And like our doctor was like, oh, we'll just keep going, you know, and just track your calories. And I was doing that. I'm like, I'm still hungry and I'm still not losing weight. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. So then that's when she prescribed me like, what's it called? Like medicine for your metabolism to help me out. So that got me, well, that really didn't get me thinking until like later, but it's just like, geez, you have like this medicine, then you have to take 2 other medicines to treat the symptoms of this one medicine that you're taking. But I don't want to say it was worth it, but at the time I was thinking, well, I mean, this is what I have to do because I don't want to have kids. And also at the time I wasn't putting 2 and 3 and 4 together that this was because of the IUD that I had in. Now, don't get me wrong, I love birth control, and I think it's awesome. I think it's wonderful for a woman to be able to be in control of her body, but I just do not like what it did to my mind. Like, it just made me fight myself so much. It made me fight other people so much, and I don't like that part. I will say it did help with, and I think another thing was it caused like a lot of just brain fog and just not remembering things. And I don't know if that's because I just had a lot of stress going on, because I know stress can also cause brain fog as well. I feel like I just could not remember things if I didn't write them down, which is still that way, but it's one of those symptoms. So I would say definitely the depression and the anxiety and the weight loss were things that I noticed that I could not get a handle on while I was on the IUD. And that was just so very irritating to me. And like I said, at the time, I didn't know why these things were happening or why I couldn't control these things until I started watching other women's YouTube videos about it. And then I would say probably around September 2019 or October 2019 is when I decided I wanted to get it taken out, just because I wanted to see how my body would react by itself. But that is going to be the end of this video. So I just talked about like my insertion process, and then the symptoms, and then how long I had it. So if you want to know about my removal process and how I go a little bit more into detail about that, then watch part 2 of this video. All right, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.